Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is me so exciting. So this is probably one of my top favorite videos to record, but it's also kind of the most humbling because I have to bring out at one spot all of my favorite things that I use for planning that I have bought from Amazon. And this is only kind of my top favorites. I have a ton of stationery supplies. I am definitely a stationery kind of nerd. I've always loved paper and pens and highlighters and markers and all of that kind of stuff. So I have a ton of stationery supplies at my desk, but these are my top favorites that I have to use almost on a daily basis within my Hobonichi Cousin. So if you would be interested to see all of my favorite Amazon purchases that I use in my planner, then go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so I think what I'm planning on doing, I'm going to try to keep this somewhat streamlined because there is a lot, and I think it makes the most sense to kind of do everything in sections. So obviously my number one favorite is my Hobonichi Cousin. So this is the Avec. I chose in 2024 to go to the Avec instead of the full year planner, which I think I like more, and so I'm probably going to do that again for 2025. But this is the Hobonichi Cousin Avec, my planner of preference. And I also have on here the clear cover. It just kind of helps me protect my planner from dirt and things like that. And it also allows me to easily add stickers. And I have vellum underneath my cover, and it kind of allows me to change up what my planner looks like without having to do a lot of like making sure all the edges and everything are taped down. I kind of just tape it somewhat in my planner, and then the cover kind of protects it. So that is obviously number one and number two, Hobonichi Cousin and the cover. And then in addition to the clear cover, these are my probably the two more popular covers that I use. I do have one other cover that I bought from the Hobonichi website, which is kind of my number one cover, but it's not available on Amazon. But if you're looking for something that's on Amazon, these are my two favorites. These are Hobonichi covers. They're from Hobonichi, but you can get them on Amazon. So both of these covers are pretty much identical. They just have a different oh, I have something on the inside of this. Oh, they kind of have different colors on the inside and the outside, but they come with two little pen loops. You have two kind of big pockets on the left side. You do have the pocket where the planner goes in on the right side, and then this little small pocket, and then you have, I don't really know what this little small pocket is supposed to cover or what you're supposed to put in here. It's kind of always been, these two have always been like kind of empty for me, but you do have these additional slots that you can put whatever you need into. One of the other things I do like about this is there is a little pocket on the outside, so I end up putting kind of sticker sheets that I'm still in the middle of, or stencils or anything like that. Rulers I'll put in this little outside pocket. So if you're looking for a cover, then these are very, very good options. Pretty much any of the Hobonichi covers are going to be good. They also come with these little two strings. So if you want to use them for separating your daily pages from your weekly pages, it's a good option for you as well. All right, so now that the main things are done, now I'm going to move into pens, because in my normal thought process, you can't plan in a planner until you have pens to do that. So I have this is my favorite pen case. This is it's got expandable, so you can make it really, really thin, or you can make it super fat like I have it. It has a little pocket on the inside, which I have a little pin attached to. It does have a little zipper on the inside, has a pen little case or pen loops here, and then this big pocket to hold whatever you need. So, but for the pens, my number one pen, and pretty much literally I think the only pen that I like in my Hobonichi Cousin, I have used different pens, but this is my go-to. This is the Muji in 038. I actually have I keep this at my desk in one of my main drawers, and these are all of the Muji pens that I have on backup. I just bought a 9-pack, and it consisted of all these different colored pens along with an additional black pen in 3.8. I do have a couple of 0.5, which I will use, but the 0.38 is kind of my absolute favorite for pens, and they don't smear. It dries really fast. This is a gel ink ballpoint pen, and it's absolutely perfect. I cannot tell you how many of these I have gone through. I absolutely love them. If I do not have one on hand, or at least 1 or 2 in backup, I get very nervous and I have to go and do another order. So love, love, love. Right now in my pen case, I have the black and I have a green in my immediate pen case. And then if you're looking for fountain pens, I did do a fountain pen video, which I'll try to link above. But the 2 fountain pens that I use the most is this black. I honestly don't remember what the brand names are for some of these. I'll have everything in the description. So if you're ever interested in anything that I'm purchasing, I will have all the links to every single thing in the description box. But this is the little one of the fountain pens that I use. Both of these are converters. So they have the converter attachment, which holds actually a decent amount of ink. This has the Diatramentis document ink in both of these pens. So we have this one, and then this one is a pocket pen. It is very heavy. So if you're interested in this pen, it is a very heavy pen, but it looks like this. And both of these have a fine nib. And yeah, so these 2 are always in this pen case. So if I feel like writing with a fountain pen, these are the 2 that I gravitate toward. And now for markers. So let me show you everything that I currently have kind of sitting on my bookshelf for pens and markers. So I have also this clear acrylic little case. It's like a rotating one. It has 1, 2, 3. It has 6 little sections, but this is where I keep all of my pens, with the exception of my Muji pens, because these have to be within very easy grabbing distance. All of my other pens are on my bookshelf, just for me to pull as needed. But as you can see, for my pens and my markers, I have a section of Tombow, which are all these. I have a section right here for all of my mild liners. I do have, these are the Pilot Friction little clicker pens. These are all in 05. I have a bunch of them in different colors. I also have, these aren't very good in the Hobonichi. These will smear. So I have a bunch of them that I use, but a lot of these are also what I use for work. But the ones that I use in my planner are the Tombow, the mild liner. I have used the Friction clicker. Those are very good for Hobonichi planners. I do have also a couple of, this is the Uni Jetstream in that I got from the Hobonichi purchase that I just had. And then I also have another one somewhere here. I do have this is a Dr. Grip little ballpoints, kind of a friction, or not a ballpoint multi-pen that I have used as well. I do have the Zebra Mark On. I have several of these. I haven't used this one, but I have used the Mark On, and this is in 05. These are fairly good in the Hobonichi. Not my favorites, but it is a good pen if you would be interested in it. This I have seen smear. Some people don't have it smear, but I have had it smear a little bit. We have the Energel Kalena. This is in a 05, not 05, a 04. So this is a good pen. I use this a lot in 2023. And then the other big pen that I use a lot is the Sarasa Dry in 04. This is in probably one of my favorite pens in 2023 as well. So those are all kind of my favorite pens, and then my favorite little highlighters and that I use in my Hobonichi Cousin. And then these are some other pens that I have used, but they aren't really my absolute die-hard favorites. So, and then back to my pen case. So like I said, I have, these are kind of the ones, the Tombos that I keep on hand. These are my favorite colors, and I tend to gravitate to these over and over and over again. I did have a mild liner in here as well. Apparently I took it out. I do have these dual tip dot pens that I also really like and use in my Hobonichi Cousin. I have right now the yellow and the gray. Those are the two colors that I'm using in my monthly page and in my You're at a Glance. These are the two that I'm using. Oh, I have one green mild liner that I have in here. And then the other highlighters that I do use a lot are these Alohaster highlighters. These are, I think, technically labeled as Bible highlighters because they're made for the really, really thin paper in Bibles and work amazing in the Hobonichi Cousin. They give a slight color. They're not too strong, but I find that they're very perfect when you're trying to highlight sections, but you don't want to make a huge bold line. And so I have all of my favorite ones in here. So those are pens, highlighters, and that sort of thing. Now, the other things that I do keep in my pen case, I do have a Cricut tweezer. These are the only tweezers that I use for laying down stickers. I like these the best because in normal tweezers, you have to like pinch to hold something, whereas this version, you pinch to open, and then once you let go, it's already got, you know, you can kind of move it around without having any kind of like tension on the sticker. So it took me a little bit getting used to how to use these, but once I did, like, they are my absolute favorite. I love these. I love this tweezer. So this is from Cricut. I think I bought it in a pack for my sticker, my like silhouette machine. But I think you can also buy these individual. So love the Cricut tweezers. And then I also have in here somewhere my absolute favorite, oh no, I took it out right here. My absolute favorite ruler. This is the Westcott little ruler. I love this because it's bendable and it's easy to kind of maneuver it on the paper. Specifically, I loved this when I was in the full year Hobonichi Cousin because toward the end of the year, and even sometimes toward the middle of the year, the full year Hobonichi Cousin gets very bulky. And so sometimes when you're trying to, you know, draw lines, like it could be very big, like very bulky, and you can easily like bend this to the paper, and it's much better than the very stiff rulers that you can also get at Amazon. This one is, in my mind, the perfect bendable ruler to use for Hobonichi Cousins, specifically if you have the full year. And that kind of takes care of everything that I keep in my pen case, and also the pens and highlighters that I use for my planning. Now we're going to talk about some stickies, like sticky notes and flags and things like that. So the sticky notes that I tend to gravitate the most toward are clear sticky notes. So I have these small little squares. I think they're like a 1x1 or 2x2, whatever it is. I think it's, yeah, 2x2, I think. Little stickers. These come in a bunch of like individual little sticker sheets. So I have these, and then I also have a box of these like typical sticky notes. So depending on what I'm having to annotate, I use one of these. And what I like about this is because they're clear, I can lay them basically anywhere in my planner and I can still see through. So if I just want to highlight, you know, a certain like to do on a certain day without having to kind of block off any of my other, you know, notes or anything, then I use one of these two. These are amazing. But I will say, if you end up getting these are not going to be good for gel pens. Like, the texture is not a typical paper sticky note. So these, both of these, if you end up getting them, you have to use a ballpoint pen, or I think I used a Sharpie. I only used a Sharpie once, and I really can't remember what the outcome was. But if you end up getting these are only for ballpoint pens. Any other type of pen, gel pen, or anything like that, it's not going to work. It's not going to, the ink is not going to go into the paper, and it's going to smear super easy. So just a caveat, ballpoint pen only notes. And then I also have these Memo Me little sticky memos. These are typical paper sticky notes. So these you can use any pen. And I like this because this came in a pack of what, 5. It came in a pack of, no, it came in a pack of 6, all different colors. And then you had 5 little sticky colors on each. These are very good. I think they fit really well in the monthly spread. So if you have a doctor's appointment or something that you want to have something to maybe annotate that's a potential appointment, but you don't want to permanently put it down, this is a good option. They fit really well in the monthly spreads. I will also say, once you use it, like once you put it on the paper, you only can reposition it probably twice, because the sticky of these are not super strong. So just be cautious. This is not like a sticky note that you can take and move, 5 or 6 times. This is kind of a 1-2 time max. And then you have to get a new one. So just as a caveat, I found that out, that it's kind of a 1 to 2 and done type situation if you end up getting these. But these are a very good choice. I do really enjoy the colors. I like getting so many of them, and yeah, definitely like them. I've actually used up all of orange. I've almost got done with this like cream color. This brown color is almost gone, along with this gray color. So I have used quite a bit of the colors. These two are also almost gone. So Memo Me, very good sticky notes. And then the other things that I use pretty much all the time are these flags. Now, in 2024, I use flags for my this week, this month, and then the year at a glance. I do not have the months or the index tabs on the sides this year. I did that in 2023, and I really didn't like it because some of the tabs, they ripped, and I couldn't really do anything about it. Like, once it rips or gets destroyed, you're kind of stuck. You don't have any way to really fix it without buying a whole new set. And so what I ended up deciding to do in 2024 is, instead, I'm just going to use these individual little stickers, or these flags, and that way I can adjust it. I can move them around if I decide to. I can, once it starts to not have sticky, then I can get rid of it. I can put a brand new one. If I decide I don't like the thumb, this year I've really enjoyed having the stickers at the bottom for like a thumb flip. If I decide I want to not have a thumb flip and I want to move them to the right side of the page, I can do that really easily. It's very convenient being able to kind of move everything around, however I want to, and not having to go and buy whole new sets of side tabs. And so I use these because you get a bunch of them in one little package. I don't know how many sheets are left. I think right now I have probably 5 to 6 sheets left in each one of these, and I bought them a while ago. And so I just kind of alternate whatever color I decide I want to use. If I decide 1 month I want, the theme of June to be this purple, then I can use this purple. And then if I want the theme to be in July green, I can change it. So it's very convenient, and it's definitely allowed me to adjust how I see fit and not having to stress if anything rips. Because I think it was my daily page, or one of my tabs last year, it ended up ripping and I had to kind of like super glue it back, and I had to do some like finagling to make it work. But this year I'm just using this, and so if I want to flip to this week, I have it this week, and then next week when I make my new spread, I'll just take this off and put this here, and then I can go about my merry way without having any kind of issues trying to get to the page that I want to get to. Love these. These are probably one of my favorite things that I've started to do in 2024. So one of the other things that I did end up purchasing, and I have used, but I kind of use it back and forth. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, is this. So I was going back and forth between using the flags or the little removable tabs and these. So these come in, it's just a little packet of I don't know, I honestly don't know how many are in here, like 100 maybe. And they have either gold or silver of these little flags. And so there were a few months or a few weeks or at some point in 2024, I decided I wanted to try not to use these and maybe use these instead. I did find that I like this better, but I have used these kind of at different times during the year. If there's a certain spread or a certain page that I'm having to keep flipping back to for like updates, or if something that I just really wanted to remember. These are very good if you decide you don't want to use this and you want something a little bit not as bright, much more subdued, then this is a good option for you. So then the last thing that I wanted to go ahead and annotate before we go on to washies and things like that is for stamps. So if you are wanting to stamp in your Hobonichi Cousin, a lot of stamps do not work with the Tomoe River paper. However, I found that the Versa Magic, the chalk ink, little ink stamps or ink pads work very well. And so I have, I don't even remember, probably about 15 or so of these different, of the chalk ink in various colors. I just grabbed probably a couple of my favorites. This one is Sage, and then you have Wheat, and then Aegean Blue. And so these are, if you're looking for a good stamp that isn't going to cause a lot of bleeding into or ghosting into the next page, but you want to have something to use for your stamps, these are very, very, very good options. Really enjoyed them. I do have a video of me stamping all of the stamps that I currently own. So if you would like to see what they look like on the Tomoe River paper, then you can check out that video. But these are very, very, very good options if you're looking for stamps for Hobonichi Cousins. And now we're going to talk about decorations. So one of the most favorite things that I have is in my daily pages. I like to put pictures in my spreads to help visualize kind of, you know, what that page was about, what I was doing on that page. It just kind of, it puts a physical picture to whatever I'm writing about in my daily journal. And my absolute favorite, my go-to, I don't foresee me ever wanting to get another one or a different version of the printer, like the portable printers, because my absolute favorite is the Canon Ivy. This uses zinc paper, which is a sticker. So you get in these 2x3 little packs, there's 10 stickers in here. I buy these by the 100. I get a 100 pack because I don't want to not have stickers or this printer paper available. So this just easily links to my phone. I can go to my photo roll. I can go ahead and select whatever picture I want to print out. It comes with different borders. You can do brightness, contrast. You can do all the different kind of editing. For the most part, it's not a super strong editor, but you still, if you wanted to, you know, bring out different tones, You can do that within the app. You can put text to it. You can do collages. It is just I love this oh so much. I love this. So this is probably what made my 2023 Hobonichi Cousin so thick, because I had so many pictures that I put in my journal to put as like a memory that it ended up getting really, really thick. And that's why I've converted to the Avec to help reduce the thickness, but not limit me to only printing out a couple of pictures, because I want to be able to print as many pictures as I want. That way I have them as memories. So absolute, probably number one. Love, 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 love. Love this. I have bought washies from Amazon in the past, but they haven't really, they're too old. I had to throw away a bunch of them. And then two, the washies that I did buy, I don't really like anymore. Like just my, the style of washies have changed and like what I like my themes to look like. But with the washies that I do have, I found this really cool, very convenient storage case to hold my favorite washi. So what I have, let me move things around. What I have are these, I have two acrylic cases, and I don't know if I can show, here, there we go. The acrylic cases that I have, they have 4 little slots. What I like about this is right now I have them set up like this, that I can pull them out, and they're like tall, so it sits on my bookshelf. No! I could not see. Washi disaster. So right now on my bookshelf, I have them sitting, these two are sitting standing up, and I just pull out whatever color, theme, whatever washi I want. But what I like about this is if you decide you do not want them standing vertically, you can lay them horizontally, because you can pull these out and you can do this. Let me turn it this way. There we go. So you can have them set up as a horizontal thing, or you can have them as a vertical. So they have a little bit of a lip, which you really can't see, but they fit very nicely. They kind of lock in. Like, it's not going to slide. The second shelf is not going to slide off. So depending on, you know, what you have, your storage capabilities, you can have these laying flat, or you can have them, you can do it like this, and you can have them seated vertically. So like I said, this is kind of hard to see because my camera does not zoom any farther back, but love, love, love. This sits on my bookshelf right next to, it kind of looks like this. I have my pens or my highlighters, and then I have this. So nice little setup. All right. And then the last thing I wanted to go ahead and bring out and mention is if you end up wanting to put decoration in your Hobonichi Cousin, or you want to tip in something that you want to remember, you know, a movie ticket, a concert stub, whatever. If you want to have a really good option to use to tape that type of stuff in your Hobonichi Cousin, this Tombow dot adhesive little sticker, glue stick, whatever you want to call it, tape runner, is my favorite. I get these in packs of 3. I go through them a decent amount. I've also had to use this for Christmas wrapping paper and birthday wrapping paper because I ran out of regular Scotch tape. So this has kind of been in a pinch this is what I've defaulted back to, unfortunately. But this is a very good thing if you're looking to kind of tape in your anything in your planner. Like this is just regular paper that I have used this and just kind of choop, 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 and taped it in. And it's good to go. So very good option. Okay, and so I think that is it. So I tried to do as much in as a organized manner as possible, but I have a lot of stuff. This is my current go-to supplies for my Hobonichi Cousin. I will be setting up my second Hobonichi Cousin for the July through December, that version, the Avec number 2. I'll be setting that up in the coming weeks, and I'll be using a lot of this stuff to set up that planner. So if you would be interested in seeing me actually use some of these things, then definitely make sure that you have subscribed to my channel, so that way you will be able to be notified whenever those videos go live. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Everybody who is subscribed, if you have not subscribed, please make sure you do so. I would so appreciate it. And with that, I will see everybody in my next video. Bye.